Hi there, it's Cheryl from Cheryl Sheridan Wellness, and I am here with part two to the meditation series, and it's all about meditation and anxiety. So, my very first experience with anxiety was when I was 20 years old. I was having all these symptoms. I had a panic attack and I didn't know what it was. So I had my stepmom take me to the emergency room, and through doctors and tests and doctor visits, nothing ended up being physically wrong with me, but I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and panic disorder, which come to find out it was a family history on both sides, both mother side and father side, with with almost many of the family members all experiencing these symptoms and on medications. However, I did not want to go on medications. I'm pretty stubborn. And when I was that age, and probably still am, I decided to get in touch with a psychologist. I had never been. So their treatment is not with medications, but alternate methods. So their method was to have me go through a workbook, but also do daily meditation, whether it was once a day or 5 times a day, whatever it took. They guided me through what I needed to do on cassette tape. Because back in the 90s, there was no YouTube videos, there was no internet, and we didn't have phones, we didn't have smartphones. I don't think we really had dumb phones. So I put it into my Sony Walkman and listened away every single day. Now it's kind of cool because if you think about it, that's the early 90s, late 80s, and we really didn't start using that as a method until very early 1979, 1980. So it was pretty cool that he was pretty progressive back then. And the thing is it worked. So I was able to calm down my thoughts and learn to redirect and keep myself calm. And eventually, all of my anxiety symptoms and my panic disorder went away, which was awesome. Now, that doesn't mean that it didn't come back, because once you have it, you always have it. It never totally goes away. You just learn how to manage it or control it. So I did in my 30s ended up getting another pretty bad round, and probably worse than it was in my 20s. I had two young children. They were both under the age of 5. I was having awful panic attacks. It scared me to death with the symptoms I was getting because it was so many more than I had when I was 20. So, but I did know, I was smart enough to know that was from my disorder, and I did go back in for tests just to check and double check, and that's exactly what it was. But this time I did not go down the meditation route because I had two little kids, and so I just freaked out and I took medicine. Now, I did wean myself off from it and ended up being able to control it again. So, as they got older and as I got through it, I came off medication. But then the 40s came along, and I went through a divorce and becoming a single mom, owning my own home, and just having, a totally different lifestyle than I had for the last almost 20 years. So they came back, but not as bad, which was good. So again, back to the stubborn me, I said, okay, I've done it both ways. I know meditation can work for me, and I'm going to do it again. So with help of a spiritual life coach and therapist and meditation, I got through it once again, which was awesome. So now, anytime I have a stressful situation, instead of it getting out of hand, I have awesome short meditations that are go-to, because we do have YouTube now and we have the internet, and I have my smartphone that I can throw my earbuds in and listen to and calm down in little as 4 minutes, or if I want to do 15 minutes, 30 minutes, hours, if it happens to be disrupting my sleep, which it occasionally does. Then there's ones that go for 8 hours or 7 hours, whatever you pick. It's amazing the menu of items that we have for meditation these days. So I have shared my two favorite ones below in the blog. I hope you enjoy them. And as always, being in balance is definitely a journey. So adding in this part of meditation into, having a just normal exercise routine weekly instead of seasonally like I used to do, and then cleaning up your diet, taking herbs and superfoods, and that's another great way to also keep your anxiety levels down, because what we eat and how we exercise also trips that anxiety and that cortisol hormone and spikes it into some, gives us some crazy symptoms that we don't even need to have. So we can control pretty much all of it by living in balance. So I hope you find these meditations as calming and helpful as I do. So be well and have an awesome day.